Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur show. Man United podcast meets Ballers at the Bridge podcast meets Talking at Tottenham Talk podcast. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United, Chelsea, or Tottenham Hotspur related. Ten Hag style has to impress Ineos. That's according to reports. We'll be discussing that. They've hired a new, is it not a footballing director, it's a performance director. So they are going to be analyzing Ten Hag's style and all this type of nonsense. You can already see people, I'm fed up already. Of course, we'll be discussing, unfortunately, Manchester United's 3-0 defeat at home to Liverpool. Casemiro looks like he's staying. Anthony looks like he's staying as well. On the Chelsea side of things, we're looking at their draw versus Crystal Palace. Cole Palmer, Lavia, and Fofana all left out of the Conference League squad only for the early stages. Though I was going to say group stages, only for the early stages. And as for Spurs, mixed that. Drew one game, lost one game, won one game. Wait, is that it? Yeah. Because they drew to Leicester, they drew to Leicester, they beat Everton, and they drew to Leicester, beat Everton, and lost to Newcastle. Sorry, people, I was at football. That's why this show is slightly late as well. I'm still banged up and feeling the effects. But run up the likes anyway, people. Run up the likes on the video, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after the live. Hit the like button on the video expeditiously. Make sure you share this across all the socials as well. That's me flawless. At Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV, and that's me flawless. Please retweet and like on the Twitter, share from the Instagram, and make sure you're following at Sarcasm City TV on our socials and turn the notification bell on, because anytime we go live, I always make sure I post it out. And also follow Sarcasm City TV on the playback. And just as important, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell. If you are watching this and you don't have a YouTube account, you have an email address. So use that email address to create a YouTube account and hit the subscribe button. But yeah, like I said, all your comments, questions, Manchester United, Chelsea, or Tottenham Hotspur related. I will start the best questions, people. Of course, you want to make sure we get to your question, super chat, and I'll make sure we get to it. Big up Ty, the Arsenal fan. Big up Omar B. Hey, big up Anderson, man. Shout out to my guy Ace in the cut, says, let's go, biggest channel on the tube. Salute to you. Big up JT as well. Big up CP. He says, big up GGMU. Hashtag Hagi. And look at this prick. Big up Steph. Hey, Steph, man. Always good to see you. He says, big up Flawless Sarcasm, man. Them salute. It's been peak for me from the start of the season. Big up Flawless, my brother, always working. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Trust. John, I'll get to that one, sir. Forget to as well. Tyrell Gunner TV, big up to you as well. We do have one of the two clowns in the building, one of these two absolute crooks. Jez is here. Yes, family, what are you telling me? You good?
Yeehaw! Hey, big up. Wait a second.
God bless you, this guy, yo. Such an idiot, yo.
I'm good. Big up the chat as well, man. I hope everybody's been blessed as well, man.
Yeah, shout out to the chat, man. Each and every time. Shout out to the chat. You know, the chat, absolute real ones, man. Chat, absolute real ones. So let's see what you lot are saying. I've already started that question from Ace as well. Let me pull up. Big up Stretford Gamer as well. Big up Flawless every time. And congrats to Omar B for reaching 1,000 subscribers.
Hey, man, like Omar.
Love that. Shout out to Omar, man. Make sure you go sub as well. But let's run up the likes here, man. Run up the likes, because there's just under 40 of you lot in here and it's early. We're only at 18 likes. Let's get up to 30 likes. Speaking of crooks, big up to Sunshine in the Cup. Make sure you subscribe to the lovely Sunshine and her great channel and what she has going on over there, people. So make sure, and superstar on TikTok. So make sure you go follow her on TikTok.
I'm saying 2 Hollywood first.
Yeah, 2 Hollywood. Can't get her on the channel. You know what I'm saying? Ringing her and the secretary's picking up, talking about you have to make an appointment. I was like,
bro, you know, but wait in line. It's like it's wait in line. It said you're the next person, but it's like I'm taking an hour long, bro.
Them ones, you know what I'm saying? I thought we were people, but you know, she'll love to Sunshine each and every time as well. We also got Surfer in the building. Yes, sir. What are you saying, man? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
But man. I feel like I've not spoke to you in ages, Surfer, and it's probably been like 2 days. It's been like 2 days.
Hey, bro, I keep saying it, man.
Yeah. It's been good. It's been best. I think we need, this is our own international break, sort of little things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the regular season kicks in.
Yeah. Facts, 100%, without doubt, without goddamn doubt, without doubt. Let me get to this anyway. Hey, big up to Chi as well. Dubzu says big up Flawless. I try to tune into every show. I appreciate that, man. Whether you watch him live or watch him back, just keep supporting, man. Just real. Keep supporting. There is the misogynistic sunshine. We are here to educate. Yeah, that's true. I'm saying that is true. But she paid you a compliment. Said, sir, for that beard. He's looking nice and thick, she says. Look at
Yeah, well,
sunshine.
don't get used to it. It's probably going this weekend. I'm coming bored of it now. Do you know what I mean?
Is it? Are you gonna shape it, or are you just getting rid of it all?
I'll go. I always think I'll do something with it, and then I just can't be bothered. Do you know what I mean? It's like that.
Nah, just go barbers and shape that, man. Get that lined up. Trust me. Get that line up. Trust me. I'm telling you, man. Get the line up. I'm telling you.
Winter is coming, so maybe I should do it.
Yeah, man. Just get that. Keep it that length, the beard, but just line it up, man. You know what I'm saying? Just get the barber line it up. Nice. Serious? See, look, even Sunshine saying it. She's saying line it up. So trust me.
Oh well, if Sunshine is saying it, I better do it then. You know.
Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? Take a woman's advice. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would say.
Yeah, but no offense to Sunshine, it is Sunshine. She might be taking the piss. Do you know what I mean? It's like one of those.
That is true, but nah, I think she's being genuinely serious there. I think she is. She's being genuinely serious. So I would say, but she mentioned it as well. That's not like you brought it up and then she joined the conversation. It is. Nah, I lied it up. That's
Curry P said it. Curry P said something. If he said it was raining outside, I'd check the window. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Facts. I'd look up into the sky.
Yeah, exactly.
But back to the football people on this nonsense that is going on that is called Manchester United Football Club. So this broke obviously earlier on today. Ten Hag's game model has to start impressing Manchester United's Ineos-led football department, or he's in danger of being removed, with the manager's style of play so far this season viewed as underwhelming. That's from at JB Jackson ____. Goes on to say there is recognition inside Manchester United that Ten Hag has been undermined by injuries and needs time to integrate his 5 summer signings, but also serious concern regarding how he sets up his side. Ten Hag's game model is being scrutinized by United's football department, which is overseen by Sir Jim Ratcliffe and led by Dan Ashworth, the sporting director, and Jason Wilcox, the technical director. A major part of Wilcox's role is to monitor how the first team play. In regards to this, what did you expect? That's how I look at it. Like, why did it take you 3 games, or the 1 game, or the 2 games to go, hey, you know what? This style is not really it. Like, I'm really lost as to... And these are professional people at the highest level of the sport, multi-millionaires, pay big money to do their job and have been along. At Jamie Jackson _ Warrior J. And then the United View also posted it as well. Shout out to the United View as well. So, yeah, it's like, what did you lot expect? Surely before the first game, before the first game against Fulham, there was a conversation where it was like, okay, this is how we want you to set up. This is how we want you to play. This is us in possession. This is us out of possession. This is how you're going to defend. This is how the defense is going to set up. This is how the midfield's going to be. This is how the attack's going to be. This is how the new signings are going to be integrated. This is what's going to happen when injuries happen. All of these conversations. And so the fact that they're having an assessment and they felt underwhelmed by it, did he lie to you? Did you lie? Well, we could have lied to him. Did he lie to you? That's the only thing I can think. Like, you sat down with Ten Hag, had these conversations. He said he was going to play one way, and then all of a sudden he's just gone back to. But you have your guys there. Ruud van Nistelrooy's there, Hack's there. So surely they're supposed. This is what's going on in training type of thing. I'm really just lost. And again, it ties back into me not trusting Ineos. Transfer window wise, I'll say yes, I like what they've done. When it comes to the manager side of things, it stinks. I don't like it at all. And the fact that these reports are coming out after 3, we're left underwhelmed by it. So you're expecting it to be different. So either you didn't give him clear instruction, or you gave him instruction and he's ignoring you. But either or, one of them is an absolute travesty. That's a travesty at any level. That's like, all right, you're going to be the chef. I own a kitchen. I own a restaurant. You're going to be the main chef. This is what you're serving. And then you just start serving up other things. Like, you're the chef, right? We're going to serve Italian food. And then I walk in and you serving Indian food. Like, what is going on? Like that's what this is what it sounds like to me.
Well,
This is not pepperoni on my pizza. It's an onion barley, for Christ's sake. What's going on here?
This is it.
I'm sorry.
I would have loved to have been in the room when these conversations were happening. If they, I was like, I have to believe there was at least conversations that been said. That man, you negotiated a contract with him. So there was what did these conversations entail?
Well, you know the
guidelines.
You know the conversation afterwards.
You're the only club where I hear like one of your, I don't know what he is, like technical director, where I hear Jason Wilcox's name always linked to the manager. But Jason Wilcox wants to play this. Why isn't Jason Wilcox in charge then? Why isn't he the manager? I hear no other. I don't know who Jesse's technical directors are, but there's no one going, this guy's working with Ange. Even at our club, there's like no one's going, oh yeah, well this guy's working with Maresca, so he wants to start to play. Why is it only your club where I hear, well, Jason Wilcox is overseeing the first team and how they play? Well, then why isn't he the manager or coach then? Why is a technical director telling a manager or a coach how to play football? Surely you're hiring them because they're going to play football. They don't need to be. They don't need to be like. They don't need to be babysat. This is I hear that.
I mean, I was told they're gonna force them to play a way of football. This is what I was told. I'm sorry. They told me they're gonna tell them, yo, stop this nonsense. Don't say it. Abandon your ideas, man. You work under us now. This is what I heard, man. Like, you asked about the conversations. You asked about the conversations before they decided to stay with Ten Hag. The conversation is now going to be like, you lied about your tactics, you lied about the project, you lied about the contract, you lied about the players, you lied about everything that you told us.
Hey, Jez, can you imagine this before he got his contract extension, but he actually said, so if we keep you on, are you going to play the football we want to play? Yes. Just like, I was like, come on, man! What are we doing? This is just pure madness. We're 3 games in. 3 games. What? Like what? Oh, if we buy all these players, like the players that he's managed most of, by the way, and stuff like that, and we're going to integrate him into the players that are already playing shit under him for the past 2 years to begin with. Somehow everything's going to change and stuff like that. Oh no, we'll bring him 2 new coaches. We'll bring him 2 new coaches, and they'll take all the training sessions. He won't do anything, stuff like that. I mean, this is what I keep saying. It's like everyone, you can praise Ineos for bringing in players and stuff like that, but they effed up the biggest decision by keeping this guy. I mean, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? It's like if you hired an unregistered cab driver and kept giving him a Formula One car. You know what I mean? It's like or you hired some guy who's super good at Mario Kart and gave him a Formula One car. Do you know what I mean? It's just not. It's literally, you are literally a gaping wound, and they're not treating the symptoms to try and repair it. They're just like going, well, we'll just put another plaster over it. Well, yeah, but why is it not healing? Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. We'll just put another plaster over it. So it's all good. We'll just do this, and this. Like, oh yeah, we'll bring Delit, Mazawari, Ugarte, Xerxes. I'm missing someone else.
Xerxes, Yoro, Mazawari.
Yoro. And everything's gonna be all right. Oh, that's great, because he's gonna drop Bruno, Rashford, and all those other players that he picked, that he likes, which he hasn't done. Do you know what I mean? You should have just a perfect chance, like I said last week. He wins the FA Cup unexpectedly. No one thought he was going to win the FA Cup. No one at all, not even the staunchest of Manchester United fans, thought he was going to win the FA Cup. They might have gone, well, we can take it to penalties and maybe win, but no one thought they were going to play that way in the FA Cup against Man City. No way. Perfect opportunity. See, Eric, thank you very much. 2 trophies in 2 seasons. This is a brand new project. We're going to put our guy in from the start. We're going to build up the Manchester United fan base excitement. None of this fake. Like, I think it's all been fake excitement, or it's been like okay, Ineos said we're going to give them a chance. It's more about Ineos than Eric Ten Hag. We're going to try and be excited. We're going to get third. We're going to score 85 goals. And it was like the first
85
game. Honestly, I mean, I know you haven't been, apart from Liverpool game, you haven't been overrun or battered or something like that. But it was just inevitability, wasn't it? It's just like that loss against Brighton wasn't like, oh my god, it was like
it was shock horror. It was just like it was just like
okay, yeah, we expected this, Like even Fulham, it was like, yeah, you played well against Fulham, but it took you like 87 minutes to break them down or something like that, and it was like
it's kind of like attack is no good.
If we can just your squad's weaker. Arguably, you had to go McTominay to save him anymore as well. He must have been really glad McTominay left. I bet he was. If he had hair, he would have pulled it out. I bet when he heard McTominay was being sold. It's just, I mean, what did they? I know what's going to happen. It was you're going to beat Southampton, right? You're going to win. You're going to win against Barnsley in the League Cup. You're probably going to like win the next league game, and beat like the 20 side, and everyone will be, oh yeah, see, he's turned it around, and then. I don't know about the Spurs game. I really don't. I think because I don't.
It's got draw.
Yeah. All over. What I mean is, you'll probably go undefeated, like with a couple of draws and a couple of wins, and everyone will go, "Yeah, see, it's turned around," and then he'll get slapped again. Do you know what I mean? Then we're hearing the next international break talking the same thing.
Yeah,
it's like Ollie.
It's like
Ollie. It's like Ollie, but it's a slow drip. Do you know what I mean? It's like it really is. It's like Ollie was like sort of fast forward in the end, or when it came to Ollie's runs used to be really weird. It was like up and then down, up and then down. This guy's like, it's just not. He's drowning, but he somehow saves himself sometimes. I don't know. Your guys, even if you do sack him, it's still going to be like, well, everyone's going to clamour to put Rude in, which I think is a big mistake because it might turn into the Ollie thing where he does well and then you guys
I don't like Rude as permanent. Interim, I'm cool with.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if he does well as interim, everyone will be clamoring for him to get the job because he's like.
Are they daft enough to do it? Maybe because of the way they've gone. Because someone made the great point of them interviewing Tuchel. Tuchel plays completely different to Ten Hag. So again, there is still no doubt.
Tuchel's thing he'll make you good defensively, but is it? I don't even think people should be looking for long term. I just think it's Tuchel's. It's a really hard decision to make after this. This is what do you want? What do these Ineos guys want? Do they want to plan with someone for the next 3 to 4 years? Because Tuchel's not a 3 to 4 year manager. He's like a 1 to 2 year manager. Maybe like stabilize your defense and like that. Will you go to a back three under Tuchel? Do you know what I mean? Will you stay as a back four?
I've seen other people mention it. I've seen Rance do a video on it. Back three makes the sense, but even outside of Tuchel, my biggest issue is, and I said this before. Like before whether Ten Hag stayed or not, I was saying this. Ineos need to come in and pick a style to go with. Forget the manager, forget the players, forget all that. A clear way, a clear club philosophy. We are gonna play possession-based football. We are gonna play high-pressing football. We are gonna play counter-attacking. We are gonna play tiki-taka. Whatever it is, I just wanted them to pick one, then pick a manager that fits whatever style that is, then assess the squad and realize, okay, who can play this style at all? For those that can play that said style at all, they stay. Everybody else goes and is deemed not good enough. But we haven't done that, and that's why we're now in this mess. Because we're the only club in the country that don't have that, which is a problem. But hey, we move.
It's only if they had, if only Ineos had like 3 or 4 months, even before a season ends, to assess anything and then to see what their style wants and what type of coach they wanted. If only they had that time to do that. Oh wait, they did, because they were there from February onwards, even probably before that, before the official deal.
They could watch Manchester United like all of us have.
Honestly, and it's not as if everyone goes, yeah, well, Ten Hag was their guy. No, they were going around freaking Europe trying to hire someone. Well, he was in like Benidorm or Tenerife, wherever he was, or before they went to his door and went, yeah, well, we're with you. We're going to extend. We're so with you. We're just going to extend your contract by 1 year, not pay you anymore or anything like that. Take out your coaching staff. Bring 2 in. We like, we're with you. We're backing you. We're backing you, Tim. Madness.
It's all very strange, and that's what it is. Like, I'm tired of this whole. What are you assessing? CP made a great point earlier when I was discussing it on the Q&A about
Don't say that again. Don't say that again.
That's how bad it is that he got me agreeing with CP.
Oh,
but in
God.
regards to them, this sounds like the assessment of him before they decided to keep. What are you assessing? It has been, they've said by their own words, underwhelming, the report said. So yes, but did you expect different? So now we should look different against Southampton then. How are we going to look different against that? Hell no. Do we win the game? Probably. I probably win the game 1-0. People say, look, we won red tear. It's like, all right. Hey, Madison, I'm with you. He says, United making me hate football, man. I'm tired. I'm tired too. And I will continue to bang on about the criticism that I received before the season started, because there was all this new season optimism. And Ineos are cooking. And we going to do this, that, and the third. And we can finish third and finish fourth. And forget about it. 6 is the best we can do. And that's dependent on Spurs. I still stand by us finishing 7th. Can we win a domestic cup? Yes. We can win a domestic cup. Europa League, forget about it. United fans, strapping. Long season. I'm telling you lot that now. Very long season. Warrior J, this is the United schedule. So away to Southampton, home to Barnsley in the EFL Cup, away to Palace. That'd be tough. Home to 20 in the Europa League, home to Spurs, away to Porto in the Europa League, and away to Villa. Yeah. Like I say, away to Southampton won't be easy. Away to Palace won't be easy. Home to Spurs won't be easy. Away to our next 4 games, next 4 league games, we might not win. We might not win in our next 4 league games. I'm going to predict us to win. Yeah, I'm a Manchester United fan. However, very, very tough. But like I said, people are just going back this. You have enough evidence and see this manager is clearly not good enough, and people still going back him. Same way people going still back Bruno and back Rashford and back all these players. Not good enough, man. So get the manager gone so we can at least have some form of new lease of life, because the season can still be salvaged. Hear what I'm saying? Salvaging the season. It's the 6th of September. I'm talking about salvaging the season. But it still can be, we still in the Europa League. Do I think we get through? Yes. But if you sack this manager and we get through the Europa League, it's a competition we can win. Domestic cups also there as well. League, maybe you can finish. Maybe about finishing out, it's just about performing well. If we finished in the top 5, top 6, cool. But you win the Europa League and you enter the Champions League anyway. That should be the aim. All this top 4 business. And then you assess the squad again, and then go again with the window. But who did they decide to go and get? Who knows? Did they bring in an interim? Who did they? I don't even know how we're trying to play. Because Surfer mentioned it about Wilcox. Surely the technical director is supposed to be on the same page and the same wavelength and singing from the same hymn sheet with the manager. Everyone has the same idea. The style is the same. And this is where Manchester United have gone wrong, because Ten Hag and Tuchel don't play the same football. Tired of managers dictating to us how we play. Like when Van Gaal was here, we played Van Gaal's way. When Mourinho was here, we played Mourinho's way. Ten Hag, we played Ten Hag's way. All he did, that don't happen anywhere else. That don't happen. Everyone, like, yes, there's differences, but if you play possession-based football, it's the same. You see already. Look at the similarities. Even though Klopp and Slot don't play the same football, you see the similarities. Even though there is slight differences, they've not done a complete 180 in the way they play. But yeah, all right.
I just think there's like, I don't know what to. First of all, I don't know what Tuchel's style of football is anymore. Do you know what I mean? Is it defensive?
Oh,
I don't
that
know.
motherfucker.
I don't know what it is.
No, that motherfucker just puts players out there, bro. I'm telling you.
And I just can't see him like integrating himself with this, like someone trying to tell him what to do. You know what I mean?
Hell no.
He doesn't like that. Jacob Wilcox, he'd probably be banned from the training ground. You know what I mean?
He's gonna give him the same Jadon Sancho treatment and eating the car, mate.
Exactly. Yeah, your parking spot's gone. It's gonna be like 2 sandbags there or something like that. You know, in place. It's like
they're putting a different name on the plate there. That's the new guy, man. That's your parking lot now.
I just don't see him adhering to someone just like, you've got to do this, and this. Because he didn't get under us. We didn't tell him how to play. You know what I mean? He just did it himself. And I don't even, I'm just speaking about this. I can't remember reading reports that he just fell out because they were rubbish.
Yes.
That's what it was. He was just rubbish at Bayern Munich. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think he's. Listen, I know he won the European Cup with us and stuff like that. I just think he's. I don't know. It's just something's gone on with that guy. It's just weird. Yeah, he was high on the list of like coaches you should be bringing in. He should be actually the leader of this generation if you think about it. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just something. There's just something up in there, Jez. It's just like.
I wouldn't. I've seen Tottenham fans who want Ange out and say them on Tuchel. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, I'm not tuning in. You have to look for a new Tottenham fan chat. Like I say, I'm not tuning in if ever that happens, bro. We go from Ange to Tuchel, bro. But the guy is just not it, man. And United just even interviewed. For me, that's just red flag right there, bro. The fact that he got interviewed is already the biggest red flag already.
Facts. Yeah. That's why I don't give him no credit for people say, "Oh, they decided not to go with him." Yeah, you decided to interview him. That is a red flag. What are we talking about?
Didn't he break another negative record this season, right? Didn't he break another one?
Yeah, because we're the first team to it's the first time Manchester United have lost 2 out of their first 3 league games in like a manager's reign.
Yeah,
for 3 years in a row, right? He's done it for 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years in a row. Yeah, 3 years in a row. He's been 3 years here.
So this is his first season. He's done it for every year. So every year.
Yeah, he's won. Yeah, he's won. Yeah, he's lost 2 out of his first 3 games. Yeah. That's the record.
Yeah, he's also amazing. He's still. That's consistency. He's still breaking negative records.
There are a negative goal difference. That is the consistency right there.
Already they're a negative. Actually, it's not quicker than last season, bro. He's now stepping up his game. Do you know what I mean?
It's not even.
Get to the international break, we'll probably still be a minus goal difference, even though we picked up.
Bro, the best is probably it's gonna be like 1 or 2 positives. Like it's insane, bro. Like unless you're gonna go and bump Southampton, like Southampton been trying to play also pep football, so maybe you can do something.
We are not battering anybody.
I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm trying to be optimistic.
Get the optimism.
We're showing you Ineos optimism right now.
We are not. You know what you can do in the words of you, Surfer? You can shove it. So yeah, we are not battering anybody.
Very nice, Jez.
Yeah, Surfer. Chelsea put 6 past Wolves, have 4 past Everton, Spurs. City have battered teams already. Liverpool have put 3 past us, 2 past every other opponent. Who's the one team I'm missing? Arsenal.
Your attack is lower table. Your attack is lower table.
It's kind of like somebody. It's kind of like somebody from Manchester who's got a channel was saying all this beforehand.
It is, and it got weaker as well. It didn't get stronger. It got weaker.
It was weak and got weaker. Make that make sense. It was weak and got weaker.
Yeah,
in the wide areas. Guys.
Actually, which team? Because this is obviously I just for double check because I just need to see in terms of just goals scored. I think how was it? Because you've got 2 goals, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's got 2 goals.
Yeah, that's like 1 sec. So I think fucking hell. So shit, I have to scroll down quite a bit, bro. Yeah, so the teams with 2 goals or less with are United, Palace, Ipswich, Southampton, and Everton.
Say them teams again, Jez.
United, Palace, Ipswich, Southampton, and Everton.
So 3 of those teams, you have a lot of teams I think are going to get relegated. Like Everton, Southampton, Ipswich, a lot of people think those teams are going to get relegated.
And with I know they lost to Elise. I rate Palace's attack more than yours.
Yeah, just Eze alone. And the manager's actually going to set up. Like, that's what it is. The manager will actually set them up to get something out of their attack. Is our attack bad? Yes. Is it as bad as this manager has it? No. Same way this team is not as bad as this manager has it. Because we've watched terrible attacks actually create and actually look threatening going forward and scoring goals. I don't rate Spurs' attack on paper. But guess what? Ange they will score goals on that. Ange. They did it last season. They did it this season. If you give Ange Manchester United's attack, does it do better? Yes, it does better. 100% the way it plays. It does better. And I don't rate their attack like that. But hey,
this has been like we made them score, but it it creates enough opportunities where eventually we do score. Wherever's
Oh, you
going to be own goals, or goals from our players, I always think that even if we're going to lose the game, we're still going to score and goal at least. So, but with United, I'm like, sometimes you wonder, are they even going to score a goal in the game? And if it's going to be a goal, are United going to score more than one goal?
kind of like I've been asking the question already this season. When's the next league game we score 2 goals?
I tell you, if you can't do it against Southampton, then I don't know, man. I'll be real.
The man thinks early kickoff away on the south coast after international break. I've got news for you.
It's early kickoff.
Early kickoff.
Also, United, top of the morning, right there.
Top of the morning down on the coast, Jez. That's what it is. You know what I mean? So,
H has been saying this. He's convinced we'll get 2 at Villa Park. Are you not that bad defensively or something? Is that what it is? I know we played well. Well, we did actually do well against you, both, but yeah. Team we played well against them last season, but he's been saying this that we're gonna get 2. I don't see it, but
I don't see that either.
Man, I don't think next time he's gonna score 2 goals.
Actually, I tell a lie. It's either Southampton or Tottenham because I feel like both games gonna be opportunities for United against Tottenham or Southampton. If you don't do it against us or Southampton, then yeah, pray for the season.
You should definitely score 2 past Barnes in the League Cup. That should definitely happen.
So,
I don't believe it'll be a Rochdale moment for you. I don't.
No, to be fair, there was scraping against Barnsley, not against Coventry, bro.
I'm just saying, if you don't change the team, just saying. If Rashford,
even if you do, who comes in for that?
Hey, whoever they are, them youth players are better than them, man. Whoever them youth players are better than them, man. Whoever the left winger, he's definitely. I don't even know his name. He better than Rashford.
Holland's gonna be fit by then, or something.
I don't think Holland will be back by then. I think he's saying whoever. I don't even know who our young wingers are better than Rashford. Whoever that young left winger is.
Do you know what I was saying? You would beat Southampton, but now I know it's a 12:30 kickoff. There's doubt in my mind.
Oh, yeah, of course there's doubt. Yeah, that changes everything on the south coast after an international break. And people are like, "Oh, you gonna beat Southampton? Are you sure?"
Bro, I mean,
on a side note, that's such shocking from the Premier League to allow that game to be kicked off at 12 for your fans. Like leaving 3 in the morning. 3 or 4 in the morning just to get down there. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I feel because
that should be the Saturday night one. You know, that should be the Saturday night one right there. Like that, should put it down. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I get that. I fully salute the United fans going down. Like you are absolute real ones.
Bro, for me it's like, you know, you gotta also consider as well some of the players that travel from other sides of the world, like talking about Martinez, talking about Ugarte, and you might actually talk about how Ugarte might not be ready in months. So he's definitely not good.
Did the guys get picked by Uruguay?
Yeah, they got picked. Yeah.
What?
I think he's there. I'm pretty sure I saw him. I can check on Google. I can check on Twitter again.
Is it qualifiers or are they just playing friendlies?
I think they're playing. I think they're playing qualifiers. I'm not sure. I'm just checking right now. I'm just double checking. I'm just double checking right now.
Ecuador's playing Brazil. So my 2 future ballers are playing in that game. So it's all good.
Flawless, who will be
the head-to-head, man.
The same front three as always. Xerxes, Diallo, and on the left wing, Hope and Pray. You know what I'm saying? That's who's on the left wing. Hope and Pray. Now, all jokes aside.
You think he's picking Diallo?
Yeah.
Has to be Garnacho. No, he asked me who would be my front three.
Oh, all right. So, all right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we know what. Joke, man.
You didn't pick him after he got player of the month.
Yeah. Player of the month. But nah, he's asking me who would be always Diallo, Xerxes, and one other. And Garnacho, because Rashford should even be in the squad. I don't even want to travel.
What's it called? Yeah, Ugarte got called up.
Yeah,
that's insane. He's not even played.
Because I think he's like a regular all the time. That's why they just say fuck it.
He's got
any playing minutes.
He's not got any playing minutes whatsoever.
Okay, kick off versus Southampton away. Yeah, the PFA want Tottenham to be signed. You know what?
I know in prime time.
You know.
if you drop points, the camera zooms right in when he's walking on the pitch.
Oh.
That makes some excuse.
Right.
We wouldn't
But
have.
you know, it's all about notice, man. It's all about. Hey, to be fair, hey, Chapman. It's been a minute since the CC though. I hope he's good though. My God.
Yeah, and S. Madison, he said 86 goals. No, don't do that. He said 88. That's what he said.
Flawless remembers. Flawless remembers. Don't do that. Yeah, 2 more goals.
Because he got my case, and now he's inside each chat ignoring people. That's what people have been telling me. Nephew told me that. Kaneki told me that. Matthew told me that. King told me that. Many of like he's inside each chat ignoring people now. Now man don't want to chat no more. Yeah.
We do play 8 o'clock that day each, but like we're like 2 hours drive or something. Do you know what I mean? My grandparents lived in Bournemouth, so I know how long it takes to get there by a car. Do you know what I mean? It's like 2 hours. So
from London
it'll be fine.
Bournemouth.
It's not. Yeah, it's not that far. We're not talking like Manchester to Southampton or Newcastle to Bournemouth. That is a trek. That's like a flight to the East Coast. Do you know what I mean? I'm coach, bro. You know what I mean?
London, and it's further on from London. I've been Brighton one time, so I know how far.
You got to get past London as well. You got to get past London as well. Do you know what I mean? London's probably the time you'll spend most in because you're trying to get.
I went to watch that. I'm at a show. I went to watch that game. I ordered a watch along for it. But I'm at a show. I'm pissed when I see it. I was like,
all right, take the aggression out on the show you're doing.
I gotta be there presenting and all them things there. Yeah. So yeah, probably have to yeah. Now Savage tell me, why are you so negative? This is what she told me. This is what she told me, the cheeky shit. I can't believe my ears. When she told me that last time when I was with her, and she was like, where are we gonna finish? I said 7th. She was like, why are you so negative? I was like, have you seen us play?
No, she doesn't watch. No.
Facts. You know what the thing is, her pop watches, he knows, you get what I'm saying? Like her dad knows. You know, like her dad knows.
It's just like a brand. No offense to her, she's very busy, stuff like that. It's a brand. You know what I mean? When someone goes, oh yeah, if like Nike wasn't doing well or something like that, or Apple wasn't doing well. Oh, Apple's great. Did you know what's happening though? It's the same thing.
Cheek of it. Hey, I'm OTG, man. Big up, man. Big up for the super chat. Appreciate it. Says big up Flawless and the panel. Salute to you for the super chat. I appreciate it, man. For real. Even said, everyone was gassed, Madison. Everyone had that new season optimism. It was the new car smell. And everyone thought, we was back. And all we did was put air freshener in the same car. It was a new tree. You know, like you got the tree and then the mirror and that. That's all it was. Don't get fooled.
Yeah.
Same shit engine. The gear stick don't work. You know what I'm saying? The check engine light's always on. It's always liable to break down. There's no spare. The spare tire in the back has a hole in it so you can't even use that. Yeah, man.
No. What it was is you've laid down new carpets in your house and stuff like that, and you got a dog, and it's crap somewhere, but you don't know where it is, so you just spray the Febreze around. You just go open all the windows. You don't know where it is. It's mad, bro. It's like, honestly, it's like buying a house, yeah, and you had to replace the front door, but you couldn't do it in time, so you just put like a sheet over the front. Do you know what I mean? It's just, honestly, it's utter madness. Utter madness. Honestly.
And a couple people have asked about this as well in regards to the NFL watch-alongs. Get over to the playback. I've updated the schedule, people. Get over to the Sarcasm City TV playback. I know I just got the message. I know Alam's going live on this channel. So once we're finished here, she probably will redirect. But yes, people, the schedule, let me actually share it so you lot can see. But run up the likes, people. Run up the likes. Look, you lot can see. Let me just screen share this right now. 1 second. Over on the playback, people. You can see him right there. You lot should be able to see that. If you need me to zoom in, let me know. You can see it there. Philadelphia Eagles versus Green Bay Packers. Chicago Bears versus the Tennessee Titans. Cleveland Browns versus the Dallas Cowboys. So that's Friday night UK time. So Saturday 1:15 a.m. So that's Friday night. Sunday 6 p.m. UK time. And then Sunday 9:25 p.m. UK time. Get over to the playback right now because they won't be live here on the YouTube. They will be live on the playback, people. So make sure you get over there as well. And yes, run up the likes here and big up MOTG who just dropped a sticker. Big up to you, man. Much appreciated as well. But yeah, with Manchester United, as we were saying, just more of the same. And you don't have to be a genius to see it. Like that's a mile off.
didn't laugh at the United comment. I'm just, but he put a tweet in he put a tweet in the chat saying San Marino has more points than Everton this season. I'm dying, bro.
That's crazy.
Oh, sorry, bro.
Crazy. And you lot see it here, playback right here. But yes, you will get NFL content over on the playback. Any questions on Manchester United quickly before we do close out of that section, people? I didn't see any as it was in. I just seen you just running jokes and giving your opinions and all those things there. And yes, get them likes up, like man said. Yeah, why are you being so negative? You're getting ninth, you'll be the first part of the Prem table. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I still can't get over the barefaced cheek of people to tell me I was being negative, you know. That's the craziest part to it. And I should be optimistic. And all this rubbish.
No, winning the first 5 games. Winning the first 5 games.
Winning the first 5. What? We've won 5 games out of the last 18? And you think we winning 5 in a row?
At Manchester United, bro. At Manchester United.
Manchester United, bro.
Yeah. When do I think you get positive goal difference when Ten Hag leaves? That's when we'll get positive goal difference. And I don't even positive. They sack him early. No, we finished negative. You know this. I don't even think.
I forgot.
Yeah, we finished minus. I don't think they sack him till late. Like if they sack him, it's like March, April. I don't think they sack him early. I know people have said he won't make it till Christmas. People have said, oh, he might not make it. He won't make it till New Year, or they might sack him October or November. I don't think they sack this man till late. I think they dig their heels in and they back him and say, we gonna run with this one.
They have to. The problem is we all know it's about ego, right? As well. Billionaires, people in high positions do not like to be proven wrong. It's weird, very weird. You know, if this was it, I think they sack him at a point where it becomes too much financially. Like, I don't know if they even target Champions League through the league. I don't know why they did that, knowing this team and something like that. My thing would be, I think he goes if you get knocked out of the Europa League. If you get knocked out of the Europa League, I think he goes because that's your best way of getting into the Champions League. Do you know what I mean?
But the question mark is more so who do they lose though to, like Mike? Because if they play one against the teams that are more favored,
that's the tough one. Yeah, the tough one.
That's
the thing is, like, are we ourselves though, Jez, going? Well, it's Manchester United. They should win after not seeing how they performed. Do you know what I mean? It's like who have you got in the Champions League? That's Europa League. I was going to diss. The Europa League. Who have you got in the Europa League?
That's cool. I'm having a look. Oh, who United's games?
Who have you got? I know you got.
They got a favorable running.
So we got 20 at home, Porto away, Fenerbahce away, PAOK at home, Bodo Glint at home, Victoria P away, and then Rangers at home, and then the last game is FCSB away.
So I can only see Fenerbahce and Porto being troubling on paper.
Yeah, they're the two only games the one you look at.
Yeah, the rest you should win. Will you be impressive in those wins? I don't know, but I think you should win those. Rangers is.
Yeah, they've been shocking.
I heard they've been shocking. So they're coming to OT.
Yeah,
they're coming to OT.
The other way around, maybe I'd give them a slot. Maybe I'd give them a chance. But the only real ones are Porto away and Fenerbahce away, really, aren't they? And it's just, you're probably drop points probably at Porto. Well, then again, though, they're not. Sporting Lisbon did teach them a football lesson the other week. So it's
but that's why in Lisbon they bring me out.
But if they see this thing, this is where United situation is. Like Porto would probably still beat United quite comfortably, especially at the Porto Stadium. If it was Sporting, it's a lubrication. Last time, no pity.
On the Europa League, because the chat will know, Jez might know better than me, because I seen DR Sports, shout out to DR Sports, put out a post and it was like,
the percentage
competitions, the 3 European competitions are all English favourites. So you got Manchester City in the Champions League, Manchester United in Europa League, Chelsea in the Conference League. Obviously, I just quote tweeted and said United favourites for the Europa League. Who are the teams to look out for in the Europa League, though, in regards to?
I need to go and check again, but I can tell you.
Roma's there, right? Roma's there.
Yeah, Roma is in the. Shit, let me just bring up the pod one shit again. Sorry, because I can't just go through the league table. No, I can't be asked.
Now because it's like because they've changed it, so none of the teams that get out of Europe can drop back into it, which is good.
Yeah, I like that, to be fair.
Yeah, now you've got the competition actually starts from now instead of like waiting for the teams like drop in. Because then you go, well, the Champions League teams dropping in, those are going to be one of the favourites to win it. So
okay, yeah. So I got the teams here. So
here's
AS Roma, Man United, Porto, Ajax, Rangers, Eintracht Frankfurt, Lazio, Tottenham, Slavia Prague. If you ask me, AS Roma and Porto are the standouts in my opinion in that pot. I'm just looking in the other pot, and I think Real Sociedad with a favorable run. I think Olympiacos, I think, is one of the underrated picks and sleeper in my opinion. They can make a late run and actually win it. Galatasaray with Victor Osimhen now coming in, it makes a big difference. Not all of a sudden,
at least till January, then he moves. So that's all good.
Yeah. Apparently, because we did a Q&A earlier, someone said that apparently he wants to stay the whole season. I don't know. We will know. We will not know. If he stays the whole season, it's what it is, isn't it? But if he doesn't, I don't care. Better for us if he doesn't stay the whole season and he's not there. But as of right now, with him there, Galatasaray, and then from pot 4. You know what? I think Athletic Cup can make a run.
So, Jez, let me ask you right now: who would you say, not in order, are the top 5? You look at, you go, all right, these are my 5 favorites for the competition. If you don't have an order.
Okay, I don't know if an order.
Okay.
AS Roma, Porto, Olympiacos, Galatasaray, and I say Real Sociedad. These are my 5.
So no United, no Spurs.
No, I told you already. Like I think both United and Tottenham, if they get their shit together, they can make it to the final. I think they can make a run to the final, or at bare minimum a semi-final run. But I just don't think both teams gonna get it together unless Ten Hag is maybe gone, or unless Ange maybe has like a awakening in certain matches. Because I feel like I said this before, like I just don't feel like this football corner that we play necessarily will help you in the cup games, and I think certain teams can exploit that massively in cup games. So yeah, that's why I don't think an English team gonna win the Europa League, me personally.
Okay, that's fair. Just for jokes, I'd love to see a United Spurs final. Just for jokes.
That would be hilarious.
Just hilarious. Just for the conversation.
No, we're the worst. You're gonna win. No, we're the worst. You're gonna win.
What you mean? Like, I'm the United fan. Flaws is the Spurs fan. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
no, that's the worst.
Whatever happens, we win.
I'm playing back from South Manchester to North London. You know what I'm saying? Out here.
Your Spurs thumbnail will be him like.
Instead of the devil in the middle, it's the Tottenham bunch there, and then United.
Unbelievable.
Just for the conversation. You know what? I hope we have it just for the conversation, just because it's hilarious. That's why I never realized like people really annoyed by me and my Spurs too. That is hilarious as shit. Like it really is. Oh, it's so funny. People are like, yo, why you keep hold Spurs accountable like you do Arsenal? I'm not a Spurs fan, yo. Why would I hold Spurs accountable? That guy too much.
Bro, I'll tell you, bro.
Hey, but big up Ahmed for the raid as well, man. Big up the bridge. Make sure you subscribe to the bridge 258. Run up the likes, though. Run up the likes. We are going to move on from Manchester United. Only 52 likes and there's over 110 of you lot in the building. That's not enough, people. Get us up to 90 likes, people. Get us up to 90 likes. Of course, if you want us to, if you want to make sure we get to your questions, super chat, we'll get to the better questions, though. I will start the better questions, I should say. Surfer, we'll go to you. Obviously, mix, we mentioned there, Galatasaray, Osimhen being there, so no Osimhen. Draw against Palace. Did lose against City, even though I thought you lot played well. Also, won your second game, beating Wolves 6-2. So, kind of like Spurs mix, but your thoughts on the Palace game, first and foremost?
Well, the likes that we have for the video and who's watching was just like our conversion rate against Palace, just not good enough. So,
get the likes up, man. Get the likes up.
Not Henderson. What's the name of the Palace goalkeeper? We got
Henderson.
Yeah, Henderson.
Yeah, your goalkeeper. Who was your goalkeeper?
Our goalkeeper got man of the match. Yeah.
There was I think there was a tendency to overanalyze that game at the weekend. Oh yeah, if this guy wasn't in this position or win, it's like no, we just missed chances. We had like 5 or 6 big chances and We missed them, unfortunately. Everyone's focusing on the Jackson one in the end, but for me, the more criminal one is the first Madueke one on his left foot. And he's literally has like the right side of the goal to aim for and just to curl it in, and it's not even a curling wide shot. It's like a straight shot that went wide. Do you know what I mean? And it's like you got heavily praised for your Wolves performance, rightfully so. This one, I'm not even having to go in for the second one because that sort of like clipped off the defender and he hit it in a high volley, and it's the only place where he could hit. Where here he had time to do that. Jackson missed right at the end. I haven't seen it at the other end. I'm not going to overanalyze it. For 53 minutes up until the score, we battered them. You know, everyone's going, "Oh, Glasner did a job on Maresca." Piss off. You know what I mean? Did a job on him whatsoever. After they scored, it was sort of like a really bad basketball match in terms of like no one could do a shot. You had the ball. We'll go all the way up into your half, near your penalty area. Your live defender will misplace a pass. Now it's your turn. That's what it was for 35 minutes. And then there's a couple of those Jackson efforts at the end. What I think is that Maresca could have done better with is the subs, I think, in terms of timing of them. And he brought in Kuka on like 85 minutes and played him out wide, which I thought was a bit of a mistake. Should have brought him a bit earlier and played him more central. With Gusto going off injured, you then put Caicedo at right back and dropped Palmer a bit deeper. And I thought maybe you should have brought someone like Vega on, or like to even play at the back and keep Caicedo there. So it's just one of those things, you know. Unfortunately, and everyone will go, Palace had a couple of efforts. Well, their goal was an outstanding goal, first of all, and the only efforts they had was a deflected shot in the first half, and what should have been an easy shot and save from Sanchez, but he nearly made it out to be a clanger because instead of going like that saved, he went to double punch it, right? A straight shot at him. He went to double punch it, and because the ball was hit so hard, luckily it hit the main part and looped over like that, or else he could have been on for a mistake. But other than that, I didn't think there was any issues defensively. It was the best performance we had. We handled everything they had. I honestly tell you, right, we all know Mateta is on fire, right? As a striker, Mateta this year, since the year since Glasner came in, nothing. I didn't even know he was on the pitch until he got subbed. Kept quiet. Even Eze, it was an outstanding goal, but Eze didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything. He was quiet beforehand.
He didn't do anything. It was an outstanding goal. People trying to could Sanchez do better. Everyone knows I'll dunk on Sanchez anytime I can, but he can do anything with that shot. He couldn't do anything. It's the only place Eze could have put it, and he done it beautifully like that. You know, our goal was a good goal. Great pass from Palmer again, but Palmer sort of faded in that second half as well. So he had a few shots of that, but wasn't his best game. But he's still popping up with an assist, and Jackson scored. But you know, it's just unfortunately it's just one of those things. I know we've beaten Palace like 13 games in a row and something like that, but it was just one of those games. It's just we just couldn't take our chances, and every chance we had at Wolves we took. Every chance here we didn't take. It was literally the reverse. Do you know what I mean? If they had knocked off a couple of those chances at Wolves and we won 4-2 and just hit a couple here, we would have won. We're sitting on 6 points. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Yeah. And everyone's go, if we had an Osman or Tony. Well, first of all, if we even bought one of them, we couldn't register them to play. So that's out of the thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and Henderson pulled off a couple of good saves. Do you know what I mean? So it's just one of those. And you know, and I know everyone, we were on the same points as we were under Poch. But I look at the first 3 games under Poch and the first 3 games under Maresca, it's totally different. Do you know what I mean? Like, that last game last year when we won, we did it. We had an unconvincing 3-0 win at home over Luton. You know, do you know what I mean? We had that away game against West Ham where we missed a penalty in the first half, and then he brought on Caicedo, who hadn't played any games, and Caicedo gave away that penalty.
Yeah, I remember that game. Yeah.
First game against Liverpool, we played Ben Chilwell at left wing, for Christ's sake. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and everyone go, why is he putting Caicedo at right back? Oh, it's a fair criticism, but I've seen Caicedo play right back away at Arsenal.
Caicedo at right back, it was cool.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It was just one of those things. He was trying to, I credit him, he was trying to win, you know, and even he's come out and he just takes responsibility. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't look for excuses.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's trying to say, I can't remember I'm breathing what he said. He said like something like, "Oh, we're not the Chelsea that won the Champions League." Do you know what I mean? We're not Chelsea. We're not the team that won the Champions League 3 years ago. Some of these results are going to happen like this. I understand what he means.
Mm.
It's a new team. They're trying to find the formula. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's literally a new team with a new manager.
It's gonna happen. Do you know what I mean? Did anyone expect us to go to Wolves and batter them 6-2? Not even the staunchest of like Chelsea fans would think we were gonna win 6-2. Well, our record up there is shocking. Do you know what I mean? We haven't won it since 2018-19 or something like that. Do you think anyone's going to go over there and beat them 6-2? No. And everyone, it's not even about being toxic positivity or stuff like that, because, you know, I'm willing to. The thing about Maresca, I've said, I don't know what he's going to do, so he gets more leeway with me. Unlike Poch, who under Poch, I expected him to do things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he just done a total negative. And this guy's just come out and just been honest from the, you know, with players and fans and the team and something like that. He's trying to put together a new team, you know, stuff like that. He's only been coaching these players since July. Do you know what I mean? And we've been like selling and including the players up until the last day of the window. I will say this. We're in a battle for top four. We're not favourites because we didn't get Tony or Osherman. So we're in a battle. We're in that cluster. We're in that cluster. I thought if we got one of them, then I think it would have made us favourites.
Above,
get top four. I would have, even with Maresca, I would have gone, okay, even if you are slightly dodgy with defence, we should outscore people. You know, stuff like that. But it's just that they decided to play, and maybe a lot. They decided to play financial chicken on the last day of the transfer window. So it's like
financial chicken.
It's fair enough, isn't it? You know, something like that. And you know, let's see what Osman does in Turkey, whether he even stays the whole year. Because funny enough, he negotiated that deal. He separated from his agent. So his agent didn't get him the deadline. They moved to Saudi or us, so he separated. So let's see what happens in January if it comes to that. But no, I mean, I'm disappointed in the result, obviously, but it's not a game where I go, man, we were rubbish. Do you know what I mean? No wonder we drew. And everyone's going, oh yeah,
seems like I didn't watch your game live, but it seems like you just missed chances, and that's what cost you.
I love that. I think everyone needs to look at the term bottle. When someone says someone bottles it, it's like we were only 1-0 up. You know what I mean? It wasn't like we were like 3-0 up and we bottled a 3-0 lead or something like that. We were 1-0 up and they scored an outstanding goal. It's an outstanding goal. It should be up there for even in September, like goal of the month. It should be up there. I mean, it's an outstanding goal, but you know, it's something to learn. I thought Colwell and Fofana looked very good this game. Defensively, we blocked everything. They didn't do anything at corners. We cut everything out. Like I said, they had 3 shots. One of them was a great goal. The other 2 were like normal saves. You know, so yeah, it's a disappointing thing. I should really be sitting here on 6 points, but we're not. When we're sending Enzo Fernandez, that was another thing as well. It's the same thing. Everything. If anything goes bad at Chelsea, it's always straight to Enzo Fernandez thing. It's just like, are we really going to concentrate on Enzo Fernandez when we missed all those chances? By the way, he created one of those chances for Madueke, the second one, where Henderson saved it. So it's like, what are we doing here? Do you know what I mean?
I did hear people say, including Lewis as well, that he didn't felt like he actually had like a good performance. Like he had moments, but from a performance standpoint, he doesn't like the fact how Maresca is using him, like forcing out in terms of how it's getting used.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. The problem is yeah, I understand what Lewis is saying in terms of that. I don't think employing Enzo Fernandez higher up the pitch helps, because he doesn't have that attacking instinct when he gets to the box of shooting or anything like that. There was a chance in the second half where he got to the box and instead of like shooting, he sort of passed it, but he passed it straight to a Crystal Palace player. And it's like that's where you could go, what are you asking him to do? Because I don't think there's any point of asking him to do that if you're playing 2 in the middle when you've got an already 10 there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's something like that. And it's just about finding a balance. I mean, he brought Felix on for Neto, who's managing his minutes. Felix, he put him on the left. I don't think that worked, and so that worked in this game. Madueke had a stinker in the second half, really, but it really can take him off.
Well, he's the only attacker yours I really don't rate. He's the only one. The rest of them,
I think he sums up.
I
think he sums up what this team might be for the predominant this season: inconsistent in terms of like 1 week great performance and maybe even a good performance second, but the result doesn't match. So I think we'll see a lot of drop points because up until January until they might. Enzo Maresca even came out and said he even sounds like he still wants a striker. Like he still wants that number 9.
He did imply to that when he said, like, for now, Jackson's our striker.
Yeah, for now, and we'll see, and maybe later what it could be.
And that's the saying here. I've seen him receive criticism, not just in this game, but just overall. Where do you stand
just
with
overall this season? Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah. Because I've seen Chelsea fans say, Lewis has mentioned this about how, like, the best midfield does not contain Enzo. Like, Caicedo and Lavia is a better midfield. Like, where
that
do you stand?
That may be true, but as we've seen, Lavia is going to have to be managed.
Yeah, that's
true. He can't.
He's been left out. He's been left out of the squad for the Conference League, for the group stages and stuff like that because of this. He wasn't. I think he was injured, but he wasn't risked further for this Palace game to manage his minutes. Like he's back training and stuff like that. So that I understand. But then, okay, so if Lavia is not available, what are you going to do then? Who are you going to play there? Because the only other option is
Enzo and KDH.
Is KDH Keenan Israel, and he wants to bomb up further. He was actually probably going to play a player in that left half space for a midfielder. KDH is probably better option than Enzo if you're going to ask him to do that. But also the problem is, and I keep saying this, he made him captain.
Yeah, he's vice. Yeah, he's vice. Captain.
He made him captain. He made him captain. And I always think that's why I think Ten Hag's got a real problem. He can't drop Bruno because he's his captain. And here it's like, I know it's vice captain and James will get it back, but I don't know when James will be back. So at the moment, Enzo...
He's still part of the leadership group.
Yeah, he's part of the leadership. Ugh, I hate that term, leadership group.
I mean, but it is the term. It is the term.
I know. I just hate that thing. It's like you knew, like even like 10 years ago or 5 years ago, you knew who was there was no talk of. You knew who was the captain of this club. There was no talk of frigging leadership groups and stuff like that. When John Terry was captain, there's no such thing as a leadership group.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
The sport hasn't died in ability; it has died in man. We don't have real.
This leadership group is utter woke nonsense. That's what this leadership group is.
Well, I saw earlier today. I woke up. I had a good day. Just brushed my teeth, try to get something to eat. I go on Twitter and I'm seeing 4-year-olds here. I think 5-year-olds here in Florida playing out of the back, and nobody's saying kick it out. Bro, the game's gone, bro. This is what Pep has done to the game.
I need a raging steroid head dad on the sideline going, just kick the ball in the goal, But that's the problem. He's made him captain. I mean, I would just give it to Cole Palmer, the captaincy, and just do that. He's the talisman. No, just give it to Cole Palmer.
Yeah. They're saying I'm thinking like who else? This whole thing. I was thinking like who else literally fits the description.
Maybe Caicedo, something like that. I'm thinking of players who don't get injured who are going to play. Those two are top of my list. Who's going to play.
You see why I had to. You see why I had to use the word leadership group. Because
there's only two. Two is not a group for me. I don't understand it. Two's like is a duo, leadership duo. If
Enzo gets injured and Weezer's not back, who's the captain?
I don't know. I see. I heard that they added Levi Cole to this leadership group as well.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's the problem. That's how young our squad is. That's how young our squad is. It's like you don't have an outstanding.
You might as well just throw the captain armband around, man.
I'd give it. You know what? For the vibes, I'd give it to Jackson. That's what I would do.
Jackson. Jackson ironically would.
Then Jesse couldn't get booked for mouthing off to the referee because he's allowed.
That's actually a good idea. To be fair. But see now because Jackson have to he just has to figure about him like he
loves
just
to
has to.
talk. He loves
You
to talk.
saying? Yes, so no, it's not even about Cheltenham, but I'll be honest. But I'm trying to think about it. No, just in actually the long term kind of thing. If we still struggle to stay fit, you might as well
Yeah.
look for a new main captain to begin with.
I agree. I would have just taken. That's the problem
It's
now.
hard, it's hard to take it off him, but you have to have like a talk and just understand that you're just not regular on the pitch to be the main captain of the team. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I would do as well. But and back to it's like Enzo's picked Enzo for captaincy, and it's like it just doesn't. I understand like people. Oh yeah, what's he doing and stuff like that. But it's like I just simplify the role, man. Just leave him. He doesn't want to be a. I've heard him say it. He doesn't want to be. It's really weird. People are saying he doesn't. He says he doesn't want to be a 6, but he doesn't want to be the main attacking thing. It's like, well,
Who said this?
About
Enzo. And it's like, well, where do you want to be? I mean, I think now what was a mistake was loaning out Ugo Chukwu.
Yeah.
Because I looked at it. Our midfield options are very limited in terms of, like I said, yeah, we've got Enzo, Caicedo, Lavia, and KDH. Now you could play Vega there, but you can also play centre back and left back. But that's why I would have kept like Ugo Chukwu. And I think, do you know what? I think in the end, what I like, and I don't know if Jess did this, I like the way Santos is progressing at Strasbourg.
I said this. I wanted him before Chelsea even bought him.
Yeah,
he's a good talent.
I think my thing would be like this: if Enzo keeps playing the way he is, I think you ship him out next summer, and I think you promote Santos into the squad. People go, I love this. Every summer, people go, "Oh, you guys can't sell this player and that player." When are you guys going to learn, bro? Do you know when are you going to learn that we are the best selling team when you think we can't sell players? Do you understand? So we are the Man City have sold players because they're just Man City, and then any youth player that's had a 10-minute conversation with Pep is about £30 million apparently. Do you know what I mean? Or a pat on the shoulder or something like that, which is fun. But don't ever think that we can't get rid of players. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like
Anybody can be sold. That's the craziest part.
100%. Even if you don't get the money. Yeah.
I think we've got near enough. Like our next spending's like zero.
Yeah, you're in the positive. You're in the positive actually.
And now with the hotels going through, it's like 50, 60 million profit or something, something like that.
Yeah, like it's in the positive. I remember seeing something.
Some of those sellings are pure profit signings as well. So we're even more clear for next year. How are Chelsea spending their money? Well, if you just actually looked and read very simple things instead of like just going off like headlines, then you'd understand how we've actually gone back to what we've done in the Roman and just sold our youth and part of our trash. That's what I still cannot believe how we're getting people to pay for our players. I just don't know how it's
crazy. I have no idea.
I know it's like not like an obligation, but if Broja just has to score like 5 to 6 goals at Everton that are meaningful, and they'll pay 30 million for it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
If he scores the goals that keeps him out of relegation, he's an instant cult hero.
And I said this about just in general. Where I say certain teams should use the loan market in that type of manner when it comes to because for example we loaned somebody a kid that we bought from Argentina. We loaned him to Espanyol and started off really well. And I've said all the time, like some people don't race it in the fan base. That's cool, but not every youngster needs to come through the academy or that we bought. What you can do is then loan them, let them perform elsewhere in Europe, let them put a market for themselves out there, and then make a profit from them. You can do that in football. Now, I don't know why people don't think about it, but going back to the Santos situation, even Okusuga, to be honest, even though I think there's talented players in them, are they gonna be utilized to the point where they feel comfortable even staying at Chelsea? Because even though now we're gonna obviously have situations where there's gonna be more games, so rotation is gonna be actually possible. But I feel like, especially in them situations, because what Ukuchuku's 19, I think Santos like 20.
Yeah.
You want these guys to play football. So I'm kind of like thinking, do they want to stick around if there's too many names ahead of them?
Well, that's why it would be like, if you get rid of it, like, I'm talking about not even buying another midfielder next summer. I'm just literally talking about get rid of Enzo and just incorporate Hugo Chukwu and Santos in, because Lavia is probably still going to be. Lavia's probably for the next year going to be one of those players that you need to load manage until he figures out how, because he's a unit he's a unit, but his age means he's still developing still. You know what I mean? So he needs which probably didn't have. That's probably why we're having issues with James right now. He just didn't develop. We didn't help him develop properly, and we put too much. We played him too much, and now we're unfortunately we're not getting the good end of it essentially.
I also think he's a centre back as well. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, that may be. That may be in the end. That may be in the end, but it's like,
and I think he could be a quality centre back as well. I think he could be
possibly, but it's like until. With the midfield issue, it's like you don't need to bring players in. You've got players there. It's like we've incorporated Carney and Cassidy back into the first team because I think Maresca's gone. Damn, the midfield options are limited. I think Cassidy's got a better chance than Carney playing. Or if you're going to play that, like if you're going to ask a midfielder to do what Enzo did, Carney can do that job better. Do you know what I mean? But Carney's got to stay fit as well. Which probably means Cassidy's got a better chance because, first of all, Cassidy played for Leicester last season before we weirdly brought him back for no reason. What was he didn't play? He played that trash.
Apart because I talked to Leicester fans, they didn't like Cassidy at Leicester.
I know, but
I don't know what happened.
Leicester didn't send him back. We bought him back. Leicester didn't send him back.
Oh, you lot cancelled the loan. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
because he's tall. This Poch said he's tall. That's why. But then he didn't play him. He didn't play him.
Well, I don't know, man. So it's kind of like I don't know. It's like I said, because I said this even before. Like I look at somebody like Caicedo, and I'm like, no disrespect necessarily to Maresca, but I hate the fact how Caicedo's getting used because I feel like it's a player that can show a lot more than he's shown because he's put into certain places on the pitch. I think it's extremely underrated further up the pitch.
Well, that's why they're trying to put. That's why they're really being careful with Lavia. Because I think they think the best combination in the middle is Lavia Caicedo.
That is a fire.
Because it allows Caicedo to move further up the pitch, like he does for Ecuador and stuff like that. But it allows that. But the problem is you're managing Lavia, which is why I said if you kept like an Hugo Chukwu, who could do that 6 role, you could allow Caicedo to move up. So,
but that's the issue, though. They loaned him out for game time, and wasn't he even? And he's been up, and he was up for loan the whole window.
He was. You're right. It's not like you're right. But what I'm saying is it's now looking like the way it's shaped up and how Maresca wants to play. They should have kept Hugo Chukwu. That's what they should have kept him because of Lavia's his health. In terms of that, it's inconsistent in him being healthy, but it's consistent in him having to load manage.
No, that's fair. That's fair. And you lot continue. Run up the likes. Continue. Still over 100 of you lot in here watching, and we're only at 71 likes. Let's get up to 100 likes. Like check 1212. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. Sarcasm City TV. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you follow the playback as well. Yeah, go on, Seth.
You bring Andy's comments up at the bottom. This question.
All right, okay. Andy says, big up to Andy, been a long-term member of Sarcasm City TV YouTube. He says, at what point do you start calling out Clear Lake for sacrificing trophies for this short-term profit?
Where's the evidence that they're sacrificing trophies since we went to a final last year and got to the semi-final FA Cup? Where's the evidence of that? And do you mean the evidence of short-term profit the way that every club wants to do it? Do you know how envious Man United and Arsenal fans are that we can sell our trash and they can't even sell theirs? That today, that today Oxlade-Chamberlain is still Arsenal's highest ever sell because he hit his add-ons at Liverpool because they won the Champions League, and that's 42 million. What's the biggest? What's the biggest? Can you remember the last 5 years? What's your biggest sell, Flawless, in price?
Probably, is it 5 years? Nah, Di Maria won't be 5 years. Probably McTominay, 30 million, something like that.
30 million.
I think of
30 million.
I'm thinking Di
No,
Maria.
United don't sell like it. Might be actually, it might be. It's between Di Maria and McTominay. Recent times, even McTominay is like.
I don't believe these guys are sacrificing trophies for short-term profit. These guys paid $4.5 billion for this club. Do you think they not feel that this club has to be winning so they can make some money back off it in the end in a few years when they try and sell it? You know what I mean? Do you think they want this club finishing 12th? No, because it wipes off hundreds of millions of dollars off the price of a club. Do you think that? Of course, they want this club winning trophies because they're businessmen. They want a successful team. Do you know what I mean? They want they want to see they want to be expected shoulder lifts. Do you know what I mean? Armpit lifts. Do you know what I mean in terms of winning trophies? This is mad.
Depends who you are.
Well, oh yeah. Well, those lot, yeah. Well, those lot are the kids who ate mud and paste as kids. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna like probably still sniff glue, but it's one of those. Do you know what I mean? Those are the guys that have got the conspiracy theory that they paid $4.5 billion for a club to run it into the ground.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like these guys are clearly they handle hundreds of billions. Do you think they buy something to run it into the ground? Competing for league and Champions League, of course they want to compete. That's what.
Chelsea wasn't in a better situation just a couple of seasons with Roman.
I don't think you spend. We did speak about it. I don't think you spend. You can criticize how they spent the money to Chelsea ownership, but you don't spend that much money not trying to get back to the top. You don't spend $1 billion. If you spend $1 billion, you're trying to make whatever it is successful, whether it's successful or not. But that's the aim. I would love our ownership to do that. You know what I'm saying?
They're trying to do this thing where, for decades, on these type of programs, on Sky Sports, on TalkSport Radio, where the fans go, man, this guy's not worth his money. They should earn their money. We're trying to do that. We're trying to do that in terms of cut the wage bill, but we incentivized it. Do you know what I mean? This is what every football fan wants. They want players to earn their contract, and every club is going to do that. By the way, Manchester United are chopping their wage bill.
We've been doing it forever now.
I say that, and then they gave Bruno 300 grand.
Hey, self. That was the loyalty bonus. Respect for Bruno.
I deserve a fucking loyalty bonus.
What I'm saying is, even look at Liverpool. Liverpool have got Van Dijk, Trent, and Salah on the last year of their contract. I'm telling you right now, there's a possibility one or two of those three leave because they're not going to offer them the contracts or the money that they want. Even Mo Salah possibly. I know. Do you know what I mean?
Unless they get desperate.
Every club is trying to do this. Do you know what I mean? In terms of cut their wage bill. And that's even the contract lengths. You're seeing it right now. I mean, everyone's going, "Oh, I can't believe the Chelsea are offering more than 5-year contracts." How many transfers have we seen recently that the minimum's been a 6-year contract? Sometimes 7. You know what I mean? It's like, well, so hang on. You fans don't even realize you're criticizing us. You don't even realize your own club is doing it. You don't even realize it. So I just listen. I don't believe they're doing it for profit, because if that's the case, then why didn't they just put Cole Palmer up for sale this summer? They would have got a hefty load for him, right? No, they've extended the contract and they're giving him. By the way, his new wages, they didn't give him they didn't overpay him. He's still on 120. You know, he's not 180.
But you would imagine though, performance-wise, the things
performance-wise, they'll probably, I mean, if he has another outstanding thing here, they'll probably top it up by about 30 grand each year or something.
Hey, he did make the Ballon d'Or list, so you would have.
He did. If you get,
but
so you probably didn't put a Ballon, like finishing in the top 30 Ballon d'Or clause, and then you contract him up.
So definitely, like, see, you saw Rodrigo. He put the IG story of all his trophies that he's won last season. And I was like, he's not fuming because he didn't make the list. He's fuming because he's missing all of the bonuses.
Yeah,
because these players are getting paid for this nominees.
Yeah, good dude.
Now, what's going to happen is, but the problem, they incentivize it. And if you want to get paid more, get into the Champions League. I think it's a rumor. I cannot say it's fact. But the rumor is, it's like if they get in the Champions League, all their wages automatically go up by 30% automatically, and I don't even know if that excludes bonuses. Do you know how much?
I have a feeling this would be the base wages because even Football Manager, this will actually ironically,
but there might be bonuses in that as well. What if there's bonuses on? There's probably bonuses on winning things. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely, there's a lot of bonuses. Like there's appearance bonuses, there are goal bonuses, goal bonuses. Like these are things that are on contracts. Like even Football Manager, I give my players lower contracts, but in terms of performances, I put it up higher so I can work with the reach. But
we've also locked the guys in for longer contracts. So if you want our players, you're going to have to pay top rate. Do you know what I mean? You're going to have to pay top, unless we want to get rid of them. So if someone comes, say Palmer has another season like he did before, so how much we bought him for 45? So how much do you reckon we'd ask him for? I say in this market, I don't care what anyone says. I think you had a 2 before that 45. It's the best 245 million. He's on a 9-year contract.
Jesus,
you know what I mean? So pay it. I mean, there's no buyout clause. There's no buyout clause. So just pay it. If you want him, pay it straight up.
World record. I don't think it'd be that much, but I could see like.
No, but you understand what I'm saying, right? It's like they're even Jackson. Like people mock. I was hearing I was watching a show yesterday, and someone was going about Jackson. He said, "Yeah, but I don't know if Jackson can get 15 Premier League goals." And the Chelsea fan, I think it was Don. No, someone else said, it was Ahmed. It was Ahmed on a show. He said, "You do know who it was? It was the Hamza actually. It was on Alawa last night on the Don Hamza." And Hamza was, I don't know if Jackson can get you 50 Premier League goals. And I went, "You do know he scored 14 last season, non-penalty, right?
So we can't get you 50."
It was like, in a team that didn't have half as much of this attacking options. He's already on 2 already. This year he's got 2 and 2. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
I made the point in the group chat when we were talking about
AFCON this year. He missed AFCON. He missed the season. AFCON last year, and he doesn't take penalties. So it's like
I made that point in the group chat, like about the Oshman thing, because obviously everybody knows how I feel about Oshman, and I said this ironically.
I've seen your thing.
No, see, I wasn't even trying to take the piss. Like, I still don't rate that dude, man. Fuck him. But but I said this, like, Jackson was Chelsea's top scorer if you remove the penalties.
Yes, he's on 14 in the league.
And also, that's not me discrediting Palmer and saying penalties don't mean anything. They do mean anything. They mean everything actually because it's a goal. But that just kind of shows the impact when you have a Jackson there who can put in goals like that. And no, that's not right.
Just while Jay's talking, bring up Rajeev's comment for me, please.
Oh, this one. He said he spent 225 million on 2 players alone. Who does that if you're looking for profits?
Exactly. If you're not looking to try and win, then why would you spend? Why would you spend? And this is when the sporting directors were there as well, so no one can go, "Oh yeah, well this was Bowley before the sporting directors." No, they were bought. They were bought during the sporting directors. So it's like if you're trying to think they're trying to flip them, like this is the whole thing that you're just buying players to flip them. Not these two. We didn't try to buy these players to flip them. You're not spending 115 million Caicedo and then in the back of my mind going, "Man, I can't wait till we flip this guy."
It is. And then Solomon, before we move on from Chelsea, he did ask just quickly. He said, "I didn't start it," but he said, "Who's Chelsea's best front four in your opinion, Turfo? Who's your best front four?
Best front four.
Best front four. Yeah. That's what. If everyone is fit, who do you think is our best front four?"
You see, I'm going to do 2 for you. I'm going to do what Maresca probably thinks, and
okay, and yours. Yeah, give both.
The way I'm going to do. Sorry, I'm going to do the way Maresca plays, and what I would do. So Maresca would probably do Jackson up top, Palmer in the 10, Neto left, and I think he'll go Sancho right. When Sancho's up to speed, I think he'll do Sancho right. Mine would be, I would keep Neto and Jackson where they are, and I would switch Palmer to the right, and I put Nkuku in the middle. That's what I would do, because I believe Palmer likes to start on the right because he likes to drift in.
Yeah, he likes more.
I think at the 10, he's sort of centralised. Obviously, this is the 10, but he's easier to possibly mark.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what I mean? So that's what I would do.
Well, that's very fair. That's very, very fair. I hear you on that. Jez, on to Spurs before we close out. Warrior J asked this earlier. How would you rate Tottenham's first 3 games out of 10?
I mean, individually or
individually. Yeah, you know what? Because we said first 3 games out of 10. So you can do it individually, and then we'll get to a total.
Jez, can you also take time out to tell us how surprised you were they lost it to Newcastle as well? I just want to hear that. Well.
Hi, I was so surprised, man. Like, I thought we had him, man. But, hey, man. But I don't know how to rate. Obviously, Leicester game. I say 4.5 out of 10 because the first half was actually really good, but then the second half went to shit. Everton, I would say I saw it 9 out of 10.
Okay.
And then Newcastle, I say a 6.5 out of 10.
So mixed. So you've got a 4.5, a 9, and a 6. So that's kind of like one high, one low, one high. So one below average, one almost like one exceptional, one above average. So what are you saying about a 6 out of 10 overall? It's mixed.
6 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10, if you were to say maybe.
Overall, 6.5, 7 out of 10, which is a decent start. What is 4 points from 9?
4 points from 9, yeah.
Well, because the only disappointing result, obviously you don't want to lose to Newcastle, but you know your record there.
But
drawing against Leicester, that's the disappointing.
That was the one that I look at and say, I was really like, that was the one that I was like, fuck, man. But which is funny because obviously talking about the Newcastle game, obviously, I talked about it to Steve. I think out of all the games that we played in the last 2 years against Newcastle, which is funny, the picture is hilarious if you can actually go and check. I think they scored 11 in the last 2 seasons here. I think they scored 11 against us when we played at St. James, and we scored 10 when we played at the Tottenham Stadium. The picture's hilarious.
A fixture that suits the home team.
This is what I'm saying. So it's funny, isn't it? But I left the game. Obviously, I only watched one half, so I can't really talk about the game a lot. But what frustrated me about the game more than we lost 4-0 and we lost 6-1. This game frustrated me probably more out of all of them is because not even just the chances that were missed, but just more so the goals that we conceded. Because I don't see people say high line the second goal, high line this and that. Ange needs to drop the line in order, and I personally don't think the high line was the reason why we lost that game. I look at those 2 goals and say schoolboy errors from players on the pitch. I look at the throwing. I looked at the throwing. You can't concede a goal like that. I don't remember Spurs conceding goals like that when just players from Newcastle can just throw on the ball. Lloyd Kelly, who's not even a left back, crosses it into the box, and then Harvey Barnes, out of all people, is open. You can't let that happen. And and then obviously let me actually go to the second goal. And then for the second goal, it's like again, the press was actually we were trying to press. Some starts of the press, Newcastle playing around. Then I can going back and looking at the goal, I can see Werner. He was ready to go and press. One of the I think whoever was going to go to the fullback or to the centre back, Werner was ready to press. But because Madison got completely just sent, but it wasn't even like Jolinton did much. He just sent him. Just weak. Just to me, it's just too weak to let it happen. I can understand if you get totally done. I get that. But the way Jolinton did it, for me, it's just you might as well just hack him down. You might as well. But then I look at after the sequence, you're asking yourself, Jacob made the point, because I wasn't thinking about the Bizuma's positioning in that sequence where he was.
Yeah.
I look at, and then I look at Romero. Like, this is where we had a little disagreement. I think for somebody of Romero's caliber, you can't get caught out like this. And people
You
were
should be
mentioning
doing better.
should be people were saying that he was trying to play an offside job. People, don't lie to me. I watched the clip. The guy was just wandering around. Everybody was ready to go and run, and obviously and then you have Jacob Murphy just be able to just run through, and then Isak with the tapping. Me, ironically, I think we defended actually quite well the game outside of these two goals. Isak and Gordon didn't have amazing games or great games, but I think partly had also to do with the fact of how we defended. I looked into certain things, and then I looked at it and thought, you know what? Which ironically, I actually made a couple of tweaks in the game compared to Leicester, because it's just from a positioning standpoint where
Mhm.
players are positioned, and you could see that he made tweaks, and you could see Newcastle's players weren't as effective as usual. I thought Trogerson, for a lot of people to say, "Oh, why did we bought him? Why did we bought him
You
if
did
he's
all
not?"
right.
He played his game. He played good. I think for I'll say this, especially at Tottenham, you're not gonna go and get amazing centre back list. So you take what you can take, and I think it's a good backup there to have. And people said Van der Ven wasn't there, but for me, it's like Van der Ven was there for the 4-0 defeat. There's pictures literally of him on the floor with his face. And he's like, you know the picture I'm talking about.
I know exactly the picture you're talking about. Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
so you can't really talk to me about Van der Ven not being there because it's too lazy of an excuse for me in terms of that. Obviously, main issue in that game was we didn't take our chances. But then I think people look at the shots that we took, but that was one thing that really frustrated me is
Mm.
Paul frustrated me a lot because he kept on shooting after shooting after shooting when Madison put a shit cross in. And I'm like, Paul, take a touch, control it, put it all to the wing, and maybe we can cross it in maybe. Or we can maybe just retain it. But he just kept shooting the ball and it's like, mate, the ball's not going in. Hermano. Like maybe I have to say Hermano in Spanish. Maybe you can understand it better, but it really just frustrates.
Wait, what does Hermano mean? What does that mean?
I think it means my friend. I think this was cool.
This guy,
Like,
yeah.
bro, it frustrated me. It frustrated me in terms of just him continuing to do that. And obviously, people ask me about my thoughts about how I feel about the manager at the moment in time. I don't have any sort of feelings towards the manager, something personally, compared because for me, one of the biggest issues why I had an issue with Conte, for example, because people remember me more times on YouTube with Conte, is the guy was just a completely dickhead. He was a dickhead, bro. So he couldn't like. For me, one thing I hate about managers, especially if managers put themselves out there as a certain personality, Conte puts himself out there as a serial winner, then just to cry like a baby, just couldn't. I can't rate that. And another reason why I'm currently no, I don't think this will any change anytime soon. But the reason why I feel about Ange more so this way compared to other managers is that I look at just the quality of the team. I mentioned it earlier. Wasn't the Q&A? No, it was yesterday on Ahmed's show. Show to Ahmed. I mentioned how Tottenham at the best finished fourth in this league. Deep it. So if we don't play our best throughout the season,
He won't finish.
you're gonna see performances like Newcastle or Leicester in my eyes. So this is where I say it's like I can understand the level of I can understand the level of what this team currently is. Is there things there's positives, but there's also negatives that happen. So before people call me a happy clubber, what you mean? Just you always say there's always manager out there. 100% there's manager out there, but there's managers out there for Manchester United that Manchester United can, for example, attract, and there's managers out there for Chelsea that Chelsea can attract, and there's Manchester that Tottenham can attract. If Ange leaves, I don't look at Nagelsmann or Amrin being able to come to Tottenham. I don't think so because these managers know. Hold on a second, Man United's job can be open anytime soon. Why should I just go and take this Tottenham job unless we overpay? So for me, I'm looking at it from a long-term perspective and say, I want him to be able to just leave us actually at least in a situation where I can feel like and say, give me put Tottenham in a better situation where the team itself looks better then you can just sack the manager anytime. If you give me Man United spindle right now and be playing this way, I would be probably a lot more critical. But
Yeah.
outside Solanke, we made Timo Werner as a signing, as a senior signing. The rest are signings who came into the first team, but I look at them as guys that they're here for the long term.
Yeah, the squad players currently right now.
100%. So for me, we Sri Lanka is not currently playing, so we haven't really improved in that aspects. And for me, this is where I go so more against the club and say, why couldn't you just do this and that? Obviously, Jed Spence, earlier we discussed it in the Q&A, couldn't get registered because we have too many players in the team, ironically. And you saw how many bums have left the football club. But there's still a lot of bums that need to go. And I mentioned it in the last show. This season in particular is a big season for a lot of players because I think the club needs to start looking at it from a perspective. If guys don't perform to a certain level and looking at certain people's contract situations as well, they might want to cash in next season. Romero's going to have 2 years from next year. Basuma and Bentancur has 1 year left in this deal. I think even Madison has 2 years left or 3 years left after this season. So it's time for guys to start performing in my eyes. People ask me about the high line. I think that how people go after Chelsea's ownership, how it's overstated in my opinion. It's the same way how I think the highline comments get overstated because
you reckon people just automatically, as soon as Spurs have a bad result, go to the high line when it's not necessarily because of the high line.
I look at it as it's an easy cop out for people.
Yes.
I look at it as that because for me, the way I look at it is that okay, you chop the line 5 yards lower. You're still gonna have players like Paul and Dogi being up on the pitch inverting. So you still have gaps anyways. Okay, it's gonna be easier for Van der Ven and Romeo to track back, but it's still gonna be open. It's still gonna be not enough players there. And this is where I do criticize the manager and say, no, Man United and Tottenham have similarities in how the rest defense are. For people that don't know what rest defense means, it's how the team looks in possession when they have to deal counter attacks. Open. Man United, Tottenham similarities, and this is where I say this is where he needs to understand this team is not amazing in the attack, so we're not going to go and score every single opportunity. So what you have to do is put players in certain positions where like it's not too easy to counter us. That's why the highline is not a problem because even against Newcastle, we press the hell out of them in the second half. We actually win the possession, but we don't score. And then as the game goes on, guys are tired, focus is lost, and then you get situations like the second goal. So for me, this is where I say he needs to change it up in the system. Another thing that I want to see from an offensive standpoint now is the midfielders need to start being a bit more involved because it's for me it's just too predictable, just trying to play from the wingers only. And it's not like you have the best wingers out there who even fit the tactic to begin with. You know my feelings about Johnson. You know my feelings about Son. Guys who cannot even play the system necessarily. Like so, even though I criticize Madison a lot, one thing that will benefit Madison is actually being closer to the box, being able to go and put in the passes, the through balls, even the ability to score to be more often for him there. But he's more for me it's just the one-dimensional part which annoys me from the offensive standpoint. Make it a situation where maybe you see Madison maybe going out wide in possession and some taxing a bit inside. Maybe have a doggy sometimes overlap instead of something always being the width of the team. Other side the same thing. So there is problems where I have issues with the manager, but I also have issues with the players because as you know me, I would never look at the squad players and the lower players in the team first. Who are the head hunters of the team? Son, Romero, Van der Ven, Vicario, and Poro for me, and Bissouma. So I'm talking half of the team that usually starts. If you guys don't perform to a certain level, I criticize you in a certain level. Romero was poor in the game in terms of how he looked for the 2 goals. I don't think also these errors. I don't think he was necessarily bad. But the problem is you're one of our you're one of the Telfer hates the word. You're part of the leadership group. So I expect you to go out there and actually lead the team, even if you don't have the armband on you. You know? So Son, I don't think he had a single shot that game. How? You are our best finisher, even if Solanke is in the team. See, check. Some people are even arguing you were the best finisher between him and Kane. Some people may argue that. I don't agree, but it's close. So for him, just not even have an opportunity to shoot. Don't like that. Paul, like I mentioned earlier, you just taking way too many shots. Mate, Hermano, take a touch, pass it, retain the ball. Bissouma, don't think he had a terrible game, but don't think he had an amazing game or great game either. You just there. Madison, the same thing. I got a clip that I have to play. One sec. There's a clip that I have to play, man. One sec. Let me get it. See, this my feelings about Madison. Everybody knows, man. Hold on. I play it now.
Look, some people need to be gone, bro. You know what I'm talking about? In order for shit to get better. And he one of them. Look, some people.
So,
he said, apart from Madison, is there any other players that are concerning you so far in these first 3 games? Well, not in terms of them overall, like, but their performance is not so much them as a player.
I think players' performance, because you said specifically just there not as players but in terms of how they've been performing.
Performances. So because he did say
and the way I look at, for example, I wanted to think about guys like Son maybe, but then I don't think Son is a left winger. I don't think so. I think he's a striker. Bissouma, it's not concerns anymore. I just think this is who he is as a player, because I don't think you can play the lone six the way he's playing. I don't think you can't do that. I think there's so many players in the way Ange wants to play football. There's so many players that cannot play this role, and these players will be considered as good players. I just don't think you can do that. It just leaves too open. You ask people wanted Amadou Onana to come in because he is defensively more minded. But then Onana's not good enough with the ball. So you're gonna have a situation like Casemiro, where it's easy to catch him out. That's why Bissouma is playing specifically that role. That's why I can't say Bissouma. I would say Romero, but then partly I would say it's because he wasn't in the Copa America, but I still think it would have benefited him a lot more if he had the preseason. I'm not concerned about Udogie, because Udogie only played 20 minutes in the preseason and got thrown straight into the season because he was injured throughout the season as well. So for me at the moment, it's just Madison, because I look at Madison and say, you playing in a role that suits you compared to all the other players. You didn't go to the Euros, so you had all the rest, and you've been part of all the preseason. For me, out of all the players that have expectations of, you should be the one that should be locked in the most. You should be the one that's playing to his best capabilities right now. I can excuse Son because he's not a left winger. You saw Son when he played striker, presses well, scored, did his business. Bissouma, I don't think he can do the lone six role, so I can't be really concerned. This is where I criticize the manager on that. Udogie, like I mentioned, only 20 minutes in the preseason, no backup to him, so we can't even rotate him. We just have to hope that he can just go and perform better. I don't think he's been bad this season. I just think he can just upper his level. Same with Romero. I think prime example actually with the Madison thing. Paul has been actually one of our best performing players so far in these 3 games. He didn't go to the Euros for Spain. He had rest. He was here for all preseason games, and he looks like he's ready to go for the season. But what is Madison's excuse? This is kind of like where I say I don't really am concerned of the other players, is because either they're not as much fit as they should be. Players maybe not playing in the position that actually favors them, and the manager puts them in a negative light. Or I just don't rate them enough as players to the point where I'm concerned. Like, for example, somebody like Odegaard. I look at him and say, this is a young player. You're here for the long term. We made this investment in you to develop over the seasons. I didn't expect Odegaard to come here and think at 19 years old, you coming in and just go and plus it. Of course, what is the saying? if you're old enough to play,
But if you're old enough, if you're old enough,
if you're old enough, you play.
good enough.
And he's playing. He's
If
playing.
you're good enough, you're old enough. That's it. If you're good enough, you're old
There we
enough.
go. And in honest mind, he's playing, and it's more an indictment about the other players like Werner and Johnson. There's more an indictment on them. So, yeah, it's just the way I look at it. Where I say my criticism for Maddison doesn't just come because I have some sort of agenda. I praised him for Leicester. I praised him for Leicester in his first 45 minutes. He played really good, but he was shit in the second half. I praised him for against Everton. I praised him. I even changed my Abby back to just a different Abby, just for a weak praise because he actually performed against Everton. But then I had to change it back because he played like shit against Newcastle. So this is where I sit here and say he's the one that's concerned because I think he's the heartbeat of the team. If he plays well, the team performs.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. That's the issue. So when you have this type of responsibility on you, because you are vice captain of the football club, you have the number 10 shirt on your back. I'm sorry, I'm expecting a lot more. I'm expecting a lot more from you than I expect from somebody like Brennan Johnson or Odegaard or Papa Matasar, Bergwijn, RG Gray. And this is just the way I kind of look at football. So me personally, it's just I need my better players to start performing better.
You need your guys to pull up and pop out and show.
It's exactly like bro. If how can I like it's the same way like how do I say it? It's like how do I say it? Like with Arsenal, for example. Obviously we clown these guys and all this and that. But if the better players at Arsenal don't perform, of course Arteta's not gonna get the same result. It goes to every football club.
Your better players.
I have not seen a team where the better players didn't perform and they still do well and they still did well as a team. I have not seen it. Maybe you have situations where maybe one of the better players didn't have the amazing.
It's the odd game. It's the odd game.
No, you can't. You can't do that. And you can't do that. And partly I blame the manager on this, but partly I'm looking at the players and say you have to step up your game because I know you can play a lot better.
Right, I fully hear you. And you lot run up the likes. We are going to close out in a couple minutes again. Please run up the likes on the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, Sarcasm City TV, because we're closing in. It's rolled to 13,000 subscribers. We're closing in on 12,400. We are 6 away. There's over 90 of you lot in the building. Let's hit that before we close out. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Get us to 12,400. We are going to keep the content rolling. This is the Manchester United Chelsea Spurs show. Mandem United, Ballers at the Bridge, talking that Tottenham talk podcast. People crossover here every week, every Thursday, 11:45 p.m. UK time. Don't forget, look at the membership. Check out the perks. You can join the Sarcasm City TV membership. Support the channel further. Follow the playback though. Make sure, again, I'm going to keep banging on about this. Follow the playback. That's where NFL watch-alongs will be going on. That's where Nations League watch-alongs will be going on. All non-Manchester United watch-alongs are over there. So all Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup, all of those are all non-Manchester United watch-alongs are over on the playback. So if you come to the YouTube, you won't find them. NBA starting soon. NBA watch-alongs will be over there. The gaming content is over. So get over to the playback. So much content, people. Yeah, NBA's back soon. So much content. I did the schedule. Yeah, is it real? I hear you. Like for real, and it's gonna be back. Like I literally did the schedule. I did the schedule for this month, and I was like, "Yo, this shit is stacked." And that's just September.
Yeah,
never mind October with NBA back. Yeah, there's so much going on. With Champions League, Europa League, AFL Cup, Premier League, just those alone. Never mind NFL, never mind NBA, never mind UFC, boxing. So we keeping the content rolling here at Sarcasm City TV. The aim, people, I ain't gonna lie, is literally to cover pretty much every sport at one point. That's when
you playing pro clubs, not till January or February by this way.
Yeah, January, February, pro clubs is gonna be peak. I'm telling you right now, like pro
clubs is going to be like a 10-hour session this way because we ain't going to play it that much.
Facts, you know what I'm saying? Bear in mind, we try to do things. I'm trying to get back in the gym. So yeah, people, even night times I play
football.
I play 5-a-side ball. I got missed that for the United games today. We lost, but I balled out today. Man bagged so many goals. I balled out. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I scored our first 5 goals, and he was like, "Yo, Matt, this guy." He was like, he's scored from there like 4 or 5 times. I don't believe me, ask Victor. Next time Victor's on the show, ask Victor. I was balling out.
This is what we love to see, though, man. That's the ego right there, man. We need
good to know
that.
still, and there will be some recordings of it. Like I said, I don't know when, I don't know how, but I'm gonna try and pattern like playing ball. I try to get some other content creators involved, etc., for you lot. And if I do, upload it to here as well. Don't forget though, this show, all the other shows on the channel are available on audio only platforms, people. So Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. Follow us on Spotify, Sarcasm City TV. You might just want to listen to the podcast. You might not want to have YouTube up using up all your data. Maybe you just prefer to listen audio only. So Spotify, follow us, 5-star us. All you iTunes users, like I say each and every time. All you iPhone users, go to iTunes, type in Sarcasm City TV, 5-star us. Same with SoundCloud as well. And yes, tomorrow we are back again. I'm back again. Back again pod. Legendary Troops, Legendary Lewis. The absolute joke man month over there as well. So I'll be over there. So we'll be talking all things Premier League. And then Manchester United Liverpool show. Pray for me. Hope and pray. Man United analysis and Anfield podcast.
I saw is G gonna be on it?
G ain't responded, but I presume G is
because I saw him after the game because I watched the show. Hey, he was gust, bro. So if he was gust, I know the other ones. Are we doing the show next week? Or should we? If not, because are we doing? Okay, we can do the prediction. They can do predictions then next week. Then.
Yeah, we'll do it next week. 100%, we'll do it next week. But you know what I try to do? Get a couple special guests on as well. That's my aim during international break. Try to get a couple special guests on and that. 100%, without doubt. Hey, big up Anderson every single time. Says another legendary show. Big up, man. Big up A. Solomon as well. Andrew says, what's the beef? Who's beef with Manchester United? Who's beef with Manchester United? What did I miss, Andrew? The only problem, you know what Manchester United's problem is? Manchester fucking United. That is United's problem. But again, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. I don't know how long TJ is going to be live for. I don't even know if I did message him, but he didn't hit me back because I was going to redirect to him. But I know he went live at 1. But you know what? Yes, I'm going to redirect to him regardless. Hopefully he's still, because I think he's still live now, right? Yeah, he's still live now. Let me refresh that just to double check. But make sure you subscribe to TJ Warren TV. Follow Jez on Twitch as well. Jez, let him know what you got coming up on the Twitch and all that. And Hokage Jez, Hokage, Jez people on Twitch.
Yeah, people, man. Like, I've just been busy on duties now. So
don't love that, man.
So just have to just learn and shit like that. No experience with kids there. I don't, by the way, before anybody says, I'm not married. I don't have 50 kids. No. But obviously on the Twitch, I'm actually planning to be back tomorrow. Actually, I was thinking between today or tomorrow. I'm doing we did my last stream and start a new save where we're doing CSK Sofia and in Bulgaria First Division. So that's something even new for me. And the aim for the objective is to challenge for the league. What the board wants me to do. So let's see if I can challenge for this league. And this time around. There's no way you guys are gonna get me to try to do a situation where I can win the Champions League. There, no chance. So, if you see me bouncing after one season, hey, all I'm saying is I just want to get a better job. That's what I'm saying, or at least in a situation where I can get a team promoted again into the First Division. So, yeah, but just follow the Twitch and shit. A lot of shit can happen.
There you go, people. So love to everyone that has locked in. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule here on the YouTube and on the playback. Again, NFL watch along start tomorrow. Nations League you'll get as well. And we're going to redirect to TJ. So you already know Sarcasm City Raid. He's got the absolute crook lineup over there because he's on there. Sunshine's on there. That tells you all you need to know with those two absolute criminals. So love to everyone that has locked in. This has been the Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur show. Man United pod, Ballers at the Bridge pod. Talking that Tottenham Talk pod live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.